Every year, thousands of Kenyans graduate from universities, colleges, and polytechnics, degrees in hand, hope in their hearts. But then what happens? They join a line. A very, very long line of job seekers. So today we need to ask a hard question. Is Kenya's education system actually designed to create employment, or is it designed to create job seekers? Stay with me, because what I'm about to share might change how you think about education in this country. Welcome back to Pata Janta, where we talk about real opportunities, real challenges, and real solutions for career growth in Africa. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. Point 1. Theory heavy, practice light. Let's start with the most obvious problem. Kenya's education system has, for decades, been heavily focused on theory and very light on practical, hands-on skills. You spend years in a classroom reading about things, but rarely actually doing those things. Think about it. A student studies business for 4 years. But have they ever registered a company? Drafted a real business plan? Pitched to an investor? In most cases, no. Employers will tell you the same thing. They hire fresh graduates and spend months, sometimes years, training them from scratch. That's not a workforce that's ready to create or fill jobs. That's a workforce that needs to be rebuilt after school. Point 2. Graduate mismatch. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Every year, Kenyan universities produce thousands of graduates in arts, social sciences, and general business courses. Meanwhile, sectors like ICT, engineering, healthcare, and agribusiness are desperately crying out for skilled professionals, and it can't find enough of them. We have a mismatch. The market needs one thing, and the education system is producing another. It's like a supermarket stocking shelves full of products nobody wants to buy, while the best-selling items are always out of stock. And who suffers? The graduate who studied what the system told them to study, only to find out the job market doesn't need it. Point 3. Entrepreneurship is an afterthought. Now here's something nobody talks about enough. In Kenya, entrepreneurship is typically offered as one unit, one semester, maybe one elective. It's treated like a side dish, not the main meal. But here's the reality. Kenya cannot employ everyone in formal jobs. The economy is not big enough. The solution is self-employment and job creation. We need graduates who don't just look for opportunities, they build them. Instead, our entire education structure is built around one goal: pass your exams so you can get a job. Not pass your exams so you can create jobs. That mindset shift alone would transform this country. But the curriculum hasn't caught up yet. Point 4. Rote learning culture. Let me ask you something. When you were in school, what did your teachers reward? Memorizing the right answer, reproducing it in an exam, ticking the right boxes. This is called rote learning, and it is the enemy of innovation. The modern economy doesn't need people who can recall facts. It needs people who can think critically, solve problems, adapt quickly, and create. Those skills don't come from memorizing notes the night before an exam. They come from environments that challenge you to think, and Kenya's classrooms, for the most part, still don't do that. Point 5. The informal economy is ignored. Here's a stat that should stop you in your tracks. Over 80% of Kenya's workforce operates in the informal economy. 80%. Hawkers, artisans, small traders, boda operators, mama mbogas, JUA Kali workers. These people are the backbone of this country's daily economic life. And yet, our education system barely acknowledges them. It doesn't teach students how to thrive in informal markets. It doesn't teach financial literacy for micro-businesses. It doesn't teach how to formalize a small hustle into a real enterprise. So we're training people for a formal sector that only employs 20% of the population and completely ignoring the reality where 80% of people actually make their living. So, what's the solution? That's a conversation for another video, and trust me, there are solutions. But the first step is being honest about the problem. Kenya's education system was not designed to create employment. It was designed for a different era, and that era is gone. If this video gave you something to think about, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what you experienced in school and whether you feel prepared for the job market. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. We post content every day about navigating careers, remote work, and economic opportunities across Africa. See you in the next one.